For people that have been neglected and you want to feel like you're out of survival mode so bad, you're just like, I need someone to depend on. I need a safety net, just another person. But the forces that be are like, nope, do it on your own. You have to learn to stand alone.
We're vividly vocal.
Hey, Vixen. Hello, Visionary. Welcome back to Vividly Vocal, the podcast for the ones finding their voices again. I am your host, Ariana, aka the Vividly Vocal Video Vixen, aka the Mermaid Mistress of Ceremonies, aka the Blue Bombshell. Happy New Year to you all. We're in another year. Can y'all believe it is 2026? I sure can. Today is 1/1/2026, and numerology 2026 is a 1 year, right? 2025 was a 9 year, so that's marking the end of new cycles, and 2026 is a 1 year, which signifies a powerful time for new beginnings, leadership, and fresh starts. It's a year for leaders, initiators, and go getters to take charge. The energy supports taking courageous steps, acting on ideas, and moving forward with confidence. And I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. And I wish y'all much love and many blessings as we embark on this new year for whatever you have planned, whatever goals you would like to reach. I'm sending you so much love, many blessings, and I'm cheering for you. You know what they say about the number one. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. And there's a little song that I love called I'm the Best that goes, I hear they coming for me because the top is lonely. And the top is a very lonely place. And I'm also getting thoughts about this meme. It goes, I had to make a couple bands by my lonely. I think that's a song, but I don't know. I am one of those people that kind of have to do things alone. I can't really, I don't want to say depend on anybody, but I can't lean on anybody to make things happen for me or with me. On this big journey of life, I kept looking for someone to come with me, and that never worked out. Whether that be just a friend, like in the most simple of ways, not even, it doesn't even have to be like a romantic partner. It was like, I just wanted a friend, I just wanted a companion. I was tired of being alone. For people that have been neglected and you want to feel like you're out of survival mode so bad, you're just like, I need someone to depend on. I need a safety net, just another person. But the forces that be are like, nope, do it on your own. You have to learn to stand alone on your own. And I know that this culture that we live in makes being alone, whether that be, you don't have any friends, you don't have a romantic partner, seem like the worst thing you could ever be is alone. Like some people would rather die than be alone. I knew somebody that could never be alone. And when you are in that state of desperation, you need someone around you. You will accept anyone and anything around you. And that can lead to a variety of problems that you would not have, unnecessary problems, if you could just stand on your own. If you could just be alone for a night, an evening, a day. And I find that with people that run from being alone, it'll always catch you because you can't have somebody by your side every second of every day. There are times when you lay down at night, it's dark, the lights are off, you cuddle up in your bed by yourself, and everything you've ever run from for whatever time period, everything you've ever said or done, it catches up with you. It lays in that bed next to you. There was a time when I was so resistant, like I did not want to do things by myself. Some people might see as like, oh, it's embarrassing to start this new activity and do it by myself. The gym, for instance, I was going to start working out 1 year, and one of my people that I knew at the time was like, oh girl, I'll go to the gym with you. Yeah, yeah. And everybody's like, yeah, I want to go to the gym. I want to go to the gym with you. Yeah, we'll do it together. We'll be like partners in this fitness journey. And the time came to get the membership. And I tell you, nobody got the membership. Oh no, I'm busy. Oh no, I can't. oh no, I got this going on. And I got my Planet Fitness membership for the black card where you can get into these exclusive parts of the gym like the spa and stuff, and you could bring an extra person with you. So now I signed up for this membership to bring an extra person with me, and every time somebody who volunteered to go to the gym with me, I asked them, do they want to go? They suddenly don't want to go. So now I have this membership for two people, and it's just me all by my lonely in here. And I know people get a lot of anxiety about going to the gym, but it is not scary. Once I overcame that, literally, you just go in the gym, do your workouts, mind your business, and then leave. It's such a wonderful experience. I wanted to take swimming lessons. I was telling one of my friends, like, hey, I want to take swimming lessons. And she was like, oh my gosh, yeah. Like, if we go on vacation to like somewhere tropical and we need to learn how to swim, I'll be there. I'll go there with you. And they're like, okay, great. And the time for the swimming lessons gets closer and closer and closer. And I'm like, hey, swimming lessons are in a few days. Did you sign up? Are you going to come? Oh, no, girl. No, I ain't. I'm going to go anyway. And I went to swimming lessons. I thought it would be embarrassing, but when you think about it, they're already expecting you not to know how to swim. Why would I be embarrassed not knowing how to swim at swimming lessons? And it was pretty good. I took to swimming way quicker than what I thought I would. Like, I don't want to say I'm the best in the class, but people were like, do you already know how to swim? And I was like, no, I do not know how to swim. But once you get the motions down, it's like, this is cake. My goodness. And I'm so glad I went and did it anyway by myself. I had a friend that wanted to be roommates so bad, pushing the idea of being roommates. Like, we were both in our parents' house at the time. And it was just like, you know what? Well, let's be roommates. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's look into it. Let's save our money. Let's stack up. And then whenever we're ready, we'll get out of there. That person, never ready, was never ready. I mean, if you're comfortable at home, that's perfectly fine. That's your story. But don't put it over my head like, hey, we're gonna make this action happen. And then it just never happens. And that didn't work out for a reason. Thank you. I'm currently independent, living on my own. But I think at that time, I was afraid of not having a quote unquote safety net as well. So I wanted a roommate to depend on. But not all people are dependable. That's a very valuable trait to have for me. When I look for, a friend, like, can I depend on you? If I need you, will you be there? And it started to click for me, all the things that I have accomplished in this world, in this life, I took the initiative and I set it into motion. And that is what led to me having this thing. It didn't depend on another person coming through for me. And I learned that you must be willing to do whatever it is you want to do alone, because if you wait on somebody, time is going to move forward without you. And 9 times out of 10, they're never ready. I envy all the people who have friend groups that are ready and willing to go on these little trips and whatnot, and always willing to get together. And I envy those people. If you're a social butterfly, my hat is off to you. Like, congratulations, you won. Because the only person you're going to disappoint is yourself at the end of the day if you sit and wait for somebody. And I'm talking to myself when I'm saying this. I'm not just talking to y'all, because it's a very important lesson that I've learned and still need to like reinstill in my brain. And as y'all know, this podcast was originally a duo, and my partner, my best friend that I created this with, had some personal things going on. And I can't fault her for that. So she had to step away. She just had to. It's perfectly fine. And in my mind, I was not ready to do it on my own. But I'm a person who sees things in like option A or option B. It doesn't matter my reasoning for choosing these options. What matters is the outcome or the result, right? So let's say option A, either you do this by yourself, or option B, this podcast dies. Those are the options. And I was unwilling to let this podcast die. So I had to go within myself. I had to take my hiatus. It was like 10 months long, and I came back in November. I think I posted an episode in January, and I was like, bye, y'all. I'll see you later. And I came back once in July for one episode just to ramble. And then I came back in November to actually start again. But I had to go within myself and give myself that confidence and that courage to continue to move forward on my own. And I also had some other things going on. It was just not a good time, but I'm happy. I'm happy I took that break and went on that journey of, it's called the dark night of the soul, where you just go in to yourself and unpack your baggage and just really get to know yourself for the first time and just walk that road alone. And I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it. Now, I posted this on TikTok like 2 or 3 days ago. And if you're not on TikTok, I'm having so much fun over on TikTok. Follow me at Vividly Vocal. I post there every day. Almost every day, TikTok gets a post. So come over there and let's have some fun, okay? I posted something on TikTok that said, when they try to punish you for being uncontrollable by ostracizing you, but you realize that you're the most powerful when you embrace your isolation instead of being afraid of it. And the sound in the background, it goes, okay, bye. Like, I'm willing to accept you ostracizing me and isolating me and putting me on my own, right? Now, I've always been kind of a loner because I kind of have a polarizing effect on people in real life, to where it's like either you just love me or you hate me. I've never had very many friends. It was somebody that always wanted an argument or a battle with me. But I've had a handful of friends here and there, and I'm so grateful for the ones that I did have growing up. But so I learned to live life on my own. I've learned to be, in some ways, independent, even when I didn't really want to be. So I was never really one to seek acceptance from a group of people. These experiences when I was younger really taught me about how people work. And in a way, I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, it was a lot to go through. But at this time in my life, it was a group of people who had a problem with me, but you could tell you didn't know what your problem with me was. So you were seeking out a problem with me because I don't go out of my way to make people feel better about their stance with me. So it would be people that I've never even spoke to wanting to beef with me. And they would just come together and try to make me feel unwelcome in certain spaces that I had to be in, but I always performed really well in. So, like, let's say work, for example. Like, even though I'm doing a better job than all of you, which is really why you're angry, but still, even in certain spaces, let's say like at a school or something, I would still walk in head held high, unaffected. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. Let's make that very clear. Now, other people would go out of their way to be like, oh, are we okay? Like, are we okay? This group of people, are you guys okay with me? Like, do you guys like me? Like, it's okay. I know y'all said this about me, but it's fine. We're still friends. No, I don't move like that. I do not move like that because I've done nothing to you in the first place. So why would I have to do that? Like, I like for things to bloom organically, but I'm not going to go out of my way to force a connection with a group of people who've made an assumption about me, and yet they still make it their mission to ostracize me. Why would you do that to me if I've done nothing to you? And I find that when you are pushed away by humans, by people, repeatedly, it forces you to turn to God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. God and the universe are the same to me. My belief system is not very rigid. So it forces you to turn to the powers that be and find that strength within yourself to move forward. And I don't know if that's what I was doing when I was younger. It was just like, you're below me. I was just like, you bitches are beneath me. And I don't even mean that in a way like, oh, I'm better than you. But you've already proven yourself to be beneath me if this is your behavior, right? So I'm just going to walk in here, head held high, and people foam at the mouth when you are not affected by their pettiness. It's true. It makes them so mad. They want an argument with you. They want to go back and forth with you. But I mean, I'll beef with a whole group of bitches, but I'm most powerful on my own. I'm not afraid of you isolating because people will punish you. They'll be like, well, what can we do to make her mad? What can we do to make him upset? What can we do to them? And people, they do what they can. The way I saw it in my mind when I was a teenager, I was like, you have no money, power, or influence. You can't do anything substantial to hurt me. That's the way. I'm a big Capricorn. My birthday is in 11 days. Big Capricorn, 1 1. In 11 days, my birthday is the 12th. Big Capricorn. Okay. So you can't punish me for not doing what you want me to do by just existing. The only thing you can do is try to isolate me away from whatever functions y'all got going on. I don't want to go to none of y'all parties. Y'all look lame as hell. Y'all can only just give dirty looks at me. You can just say things under your breath about me. But that's the thing about being a powerful person. People gonna take shots at you any way that they can, but they can't stand on it. They can't stand on it. Anything I've ever said about somebody, I can stand on because it's the truth. But I really cooked with that TikTok. Oh my God. And you guys, the stronger your vision is for yourself, the more likely you'll be alone. It's 22 minutes and 22 seconds. I'm looking at the screen when I'm recording this as I said that. And you have to embrace it. When you have a vision for your life of what you want to be, you're probably going to be alone compared to people that just, I don't know, going with and there's nothing wrong with being open and going wherever the wind blows you, but then there's being stagnant. There's being, oh, bitch, we're gonna go to the club tonight, we're gonna get a bottle of hen and we just gonna get a section. And if it's like that every single night and you're just focused on like bullshit about what he said about she and what she did to her baby daddy, it's like you don't get entertained by that. When I wake up in the morning, sometimes it's like, what is the next level? What is the next step for me? Like, I don't, let's not act like I don't dabble with the mess, like with the Danish deception video. But what is next for me? What am I here to do? How can I make myself better every single day to keep going? What is the effect that I'm going to have on the world? What is the legacy I leave behind? That is my mind. And I'm always trying to think of ways to improve myself in order to reach the next level. The mountain goat, Capricorn, the mountain goat with the fishtail. Okay, the sea goat. It climbs a mountain and it drags itself up, even though it's got two legs, but just one tail. It's dragging itself up the mountain. You climbing the mountain and you're trying so hard to get to the top. That's what my mind and my life is like. I'm trying so hard to pull myself up. I'm not worried about what the people on the ground are doing. I'm not. And people get so angry when you're not focused on them. But that's a whole nother spiel I could go into about that. But have y'all noticed that the people that can never be alone, whether regarding like being out with people, friendship, or like dating, they're like the least developed people, the worst people. Like they always have to be in the mix of something. If you're a social butterfly, that's different. That's completely different. But there's being a social butterfly and being codependent. And like I said, being codependent, not being able to be alone, gets you into some terrible, terrible situations. I could come up with a million stories about people who I've come across that didn't learn how to be alone, and that kind of led to their demise. They were worse off for not being alone. Like shit, like I could have just stayed in the house if it was going to come with all this trouble. But some paths have to be walked alone. And I've kind of made peace with that over the past year. I love you guys who come with me on this journey, but I've had to be okay talking to myself and being alone, even if nobody watches anything. So I think powerful people just have to go through that trial of just facing themselves and being alone and harnessing that power within themselves to move forward. But anyway, I hope you guys had once again a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I had an episode I was supposed to put out around Christmas, but I didn't like it. So I was like, I'm not gonna put this out, but I might put it out anyway because it's footage. So anyway, I'm back to no camera for today because I just woke up about an hour ago and I had this topic come to my mind that I really wanted to just get out to y'all. And, I'm wishing the best for this new year, this journey that we're on together and to just continue to be better and develop and, have more conversations to share with the world. And I think I do better when the camera is off anyway, because I just freeze up when the camera is on me. So, but I have some new equipment coming in tomorrow. So, I'll be putting that together and hopefully it'll look a lot better the next time I come back on camera. Now, let me ask y'all, are y'all prepared to walk alone in this journey? Are you ready to climb the mountain? Or are you going to sit on the bottom? Are you going to sit at the base of the mountain in the valleys with all them little people at the bottom that don't mean you no good? Tell me. Let me know. As always, Vividly Vocal Podcast is available on all podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and so many, many more. Please like, follow, and subscribe all the wonderful things if you love this episode. Thank you, Vixen, and thank you, Visionary. I love you guys so much. I'm looking forward to another new year of great growth, opportunity, conversations, and all the love and all the wonderful things that are going to come with it, I'm sure. Thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.